Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman is a novel that tells the story of a socially awkward and isolated woman named Eleanor Oliphant. The book is set in contemporary Glasgow, Scotland. Eleanor is a 30-year-old woman who works as a finance clerk in an office. She is extremely regimented in her daily routine and has no friends or family. She is socially awkward and finds it difficult to interact with people. She is also haunted by a traumatic past that she has never fully confronted. The story begins when Eleanor meets a man named Raymond, who works in the IT department of her office. They form an unlikely friendship, which gradually begins to draw Eleanor out of her shell. Along the way, Eleanor begins to confront her past traumas and to open up to the possibility of a different future for herself. Throughout the book, Honeyman explores themes of loneliness, isolation, trauma, and the importance of human connection. The novel is both funny and poignant, and Eleanor's journey is both relatable and moving. Honeyman's writing is sharp and witty, and she skillfully navigates the emotional complexity of Eleanor's story. Overall, Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine is a powerful and uplifting novel that speaks to the human experience of isolation and the transformative power of friendship and connection. It has received widespread critical acclaim and has been praised for its authentic portrayal of a complex and compelling protagonist. The characters' motivations are revealed gradually throughout the course of the novel. Here are some of the main motivations for the key characters. Eleanor's primary motivation is to maintain her carefully constructed routines and to avoid any situation that might lead to social discomfort or emotional vulnerability. This is partly due to her traumatic past, which has left her emotionally scarred and mistrustful of other people. Over the course of the novel, Eleanor's motivation shifts as she begins to form connections with others and confront her past trauma. Raymond's main motivation is to be a good friend to Eleanor and to help her break out of her isolation. He is a kind and empathetic person who is patient with Eleanor's quirks and gradually earns her trust. Sammy is a minor character in the book, but his motivation is significant as he represents a potential path for Eleanor to follow. Sammy's motivation is to live life to the fullest and to experience everything the world has to offer. His tragic fate serves as a warning to Eleanor about the dangers of giving in to despair and isolation. Eleanor's mother is a complex character whose motivations are revealed gradually over the course of the novel. She is emotionally abusive towards Eleanor, and it becomes clear that her primary motivation is to control and manipulate her daughter for her own purposes. Overall, the characters in Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine are motivated by a range of desires, including the need for connection, the desire to avoid emotional pain, and the pursuit of control or power over others. The novel explores these motivations with sensitivity and nuance, painting a rich and complex portrait of its characters. Gail Honeyman's book has received overwhelmingly positive critical response since its release. Here are some examples of the positive reviews and praise the book has received. The New York Times called the book a charmer, honey-coated with a tart aftertaste. The Guardian praised the book as a truly original literary creation and a masterpiece of contemporary fiction. The Washington Post wrote that Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine is a work of rare depth and beauty, one that deserves to be read by anyone wishing to understand the human experience. The New Yorker called the book a beautiful and devastating story of isolation. The Independent called the book a warm and touching story of loneliness, hope and redemption. The Chicago Tribune wrote that the book is a captivating story about a quirky loner navigating the world. Overall, Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine has been praised for its unique and unforgettable protagonist, its exploration of themes such as loneliness and trauma, and its uplifting message about the power of human connection. The book has won numerous awards and has been widely read and recommended by readers and critics alike.